Speaking of other dirty things in Canada,
this place that some of you
don't say some of you.
no, but, well,
I mean 2,500 people may have attended.
Wait, let's set up the thing.
I mean, we can't say that they're dirty, and it wasn't. It was. It wasn't their intention. Okay, they didn't sign up to be it.
It was your intention.
Right?
You had a choice to wash your hands.
Well,
choice to sanitize equipment.
See now, that is problematic on all fronts.
Now for those that are going, what?
No pun intended.
What are these people talking
all
about?
fronts. Where's the soundboard? Zakia.
Yo.
Oh, man. Segway champs, yo. Anyways, sorry.
What was it? It was It's in the Bloor West Dundas area.
I don't even want you to say the location.
No.
I mean, like, it's definitely it's a public thing because it's a public health concern.
When it's a monster play thing,
it's a public, yeah. Like everybody has to know about it.
Let's bring the cost down.
They can't not talk about it.
No, when it's
I'm not saying that. Yeah, you're right.
It's one thing if it's
like public health is involved.
I guess there's a tier list of STIs and STDs, right?
Yeah.
So obviously it's bad. Okay, the whole situation is bad, right?
Yes.
What we're about to explain.
Yes.
But like when it comes to that monster thing, that Godzilla, you gotta put.
You're talking about the package.
Yeah, the package. You gotta put that on blast. The house in Virginia, man. Man.
I said the house of Virginia.
Yeah.
Nah, man.
Why'd it have to be an American state? Why it have to be an American place?
I wonder. Okay, house in. There's no place with V in the street in Toronto.
Vaughan.
With a V.
Vaughan.
House in Vaughan. Okay, we'll go there.
No,
now,
no. That's not.
Now, when it's a house in Vaughan thing, that's man. You gotta
just call it Sherborne.
What? This
even though Sherborne
I can't
is a very inappropriate place for it.
Like
it doesn't have a nice ring to it, you know.
I mean, at the end of it, for all of you who are confused, okay, basically, we caught wind of the fact that there was improper cleanliness of reusable medical instruments at a particular clinic.
Dirty stinking people handling the staff. You know what? Equipment.
And this had gone on for about 4 years.
That's the part. That part.
So people were getting official letters. Receiving letters about how they could have possibly been exposed to two, not one, two different STDs.
I think what was it? It was hepatitis C and B.
Yes.
And then
and then HIV.
I'm just gonna say this, yo. That is a rough situation. There's like a dark tunnel to go through because that's like going between Eglinton and St. Clair West, bro. That tunnel, you don't even know where the light is on that tunnel. You don't even know when you're like, no matter how you're coming. You know when you're coming there going, like you're just stuck in the tunnel, and when the door opens, you're like, oh. Sometimes you're like, oh, this is where I'm going, St. Clair, or this is where I'm going, Eglinton West, or
that's crazy.
Oh, I was on the train the whole time, or oh, this is where I'm at. All right. You're stuck in the tunnel.
Yeah. Nah, yo, when I looked at that story, I had an audible gasp, like, ooh, yo, I was like, what?
See, and the thing is, imagine, say you were just going for a regular checkup, and then all of a sudden you get the results back that you are positive for this.
It's like, yeah.
And imagine, you're probably sitting, I can only imagine the people who are sitting there saying like, to their partners, you gave me this.
You did this to me. You did this to me.
Yo, they're not thinking at any point that is actually the facility that they went to go get this.
Yo, and it's like this. If the facility gave to me, how?
How many marriages it could?
How many
relationships
people
it could have destroyed? Yeah. Wow.
How many people? And that's the other part, especially because that is the fact that you've been possibly exposed there. And then on top of it, it's now the endangerment that has been brought on to other people. And they don't even know. They didn't even ask for this. They didn't. Just imagine you did not step out on your person. Y'all been faithful. And then all of a sudden, you got this. And now you're like, who did it? Who gave it?
And you're trying who did it?
And you're trying to explain to the person that I am clean. I swear.
I didn't do nothing.
Well,
I love
I'm not,
you.
I'm clean. Well, I'm not clean, but like, I didn't do anything. I swear.
I didn't step out. I swear to you.
I swear I didn't step out.
I've been faithful all these years.
And imagine the even darker situation.
Yo.
You did step out, and you're telling her that you didn't step out.
Because now you got to think about everybody else who's now catching wind to this.
And then now you have to go back and somehow speak to them in code and be like, "Hey, has the Amazon package arrived?"
All of this.
You know, there's
What's
sick.
going on
I'm
here?
telling you,
Like,
there's
yo,
some sick
what-
individuals that think that way.
What?
You get tested, so if you don't have nothing, I'm good. There's some people that think
And
that way.
that is true.
Yo.
Some people do think that way, where it's like,
It's like I'm here, but I'm not here in the moment. That's just like
It's like I don't do doctors, but you do. So if you do
So if
doctors,
you're- if
and
you're
clean,
good-
that means I'm good. Even
Yeah.
though I'm running around.
yeah.
That's the logic.
What? Yo, what's going on? Yo, what's going on with this logic? What's happening here?
That is some people's logic. I am telling you.
Yo.
I've heard people say this.
I don't go to
And
the doctor. You
in
go
the
to the
States.
doctor?
But I heard these people say
Imagine. Like, no, for real. Like,
No, I've
imagine
heard this.
this whole mix up. And it had nothing to do with you being unfaithful, had nothing to do with anybody else being in the relationship, had nothing to do with anyone stepping out. Maybe you weren't even talking to
it
anyone.
was a routine checkup.
You know? And that's it. You've been single.
So hold on.
It doesn't mean you guys should go back to your ex and say, hey, well, you know,
So
because I was there. But
So an establishment hasn't had thorough cleaning for 4 years?
For
Is that-
4 years and only 2,500. And that's the thing.
this is all alleged. 'Cause it could be more.
But that's
that's
the
the
part.
thing. It could
That's
be-
the thing. It's the people who are actually tied to the clinic itself. It's only accounted for the 2,500 who go to that
specific
clinic.
spot, yeah.
And that means the exposure is not just limited to the 2,500 that have attended that clinic.
Because if you have a partner that's already
That's already
5,000
doubled.
people,
Exactly.
And then if people are stepping
And
out,
if they're stepping out and
that's,
being
that's
unfaithful-
additional 1,000. Man, this math is crazy. Yo,
Class action. That's
No,
all I
but
gotta say. Class
like
action.
but now this is
because
this is the messed up part though. Conveniently, the physician that was in charge of the
Yes.
facility, they retired.
it's
So
all
it's like-
alleged.
No,
no.
it says in the article. I'm going by what Toronto Star says. If you want to take it up, have a discourse.
Yeah,
Have a retort.
it's
Toronto
definitely
Star.
there's so many things about that
It's
because
the Star said it. Not us.
because I really gotta ask, right?
How convenient. This-
One, how convenient, but two, 4 years,
That's a long time.
I really hope this is all a misunderstanding.
4 years. How can you
That's a very
misunderstand
big-ass
4 years
Misunderstanding.
of not cleaning properly?
Yo, there are still people to this day that walk on this God green earth.
I hear you. Who don't
They've
believe
been-
in washing their hands or having just
Or
letting the
skin,
water
or-
run down from their head
or arms,
Yes, I
or
get it.
arms, or
Yeah.
under their arms in the summer.
But
Like,
4 years of medical, like what?
yo, bro,
Like
Doing that in the summer is
listen,
diabolical.
yo, bro, sometimes I subconsciously feel like I stink in the shower. It's not even like I might not be seen. I don't even whiff. I just feel like I smell something.
You feel okay? I mean,
You know how you could look at something and smell it?
that's what?
Like,
Wait.
mentally, it's like I know what.
I understand what you're saying.
This
I
is
understand.
too much information.
It's
for
like
me
when
to
you
process.
look at something, you're like, oh, that looks soft.
Like,
It's the same thing. You can look at it and be like, that look like it stink.
Okay, I see.
like
okay.
for
You know what I'm
example,
saying?
for me,
I don't know
every
why that
time,
just took me.
every time I think
took
of,
somewhere else.
every time I think of sick kids, I think of coffee.
Oh.
Not
Why is that a
because
correlation?
Why-
as
yeah,
a kid,
like-
as a kid, I never knew what coffee smelled like, but like they always had coffee
Oh.
in like the lounge areas and stuff.
Oh, you went. Wow. Okay.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
Like there's certain things I'll see rubber and I'll think of this.
Oh, okay.
I think
the
of-
association. Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
the bounces today, I'm not ready for. I don't know.
Segue champions.
Man. No, like I don't know
Segue-
where. I thought it was gonna go one way.
Segue champions. But
No, man. I'm still on this 4 years. It's more so. I swear, people get checked. Like the actual facilities themselves, they get checked
yo,
Good
let me-
question.
every
let me-
year.
let me
No,
tell you-
like
Who
I'm gonna tell you guys something.
because that's a thing too.
did they do the food inspection style? Where
Like,
they
that's what I'm saying.
They clean up for one day and
They
then they're
clean
like,
up for the one day. There's a lot of people.
But you can't.
That is
You
not- yo.
you can't miss that.
shout out to the
No,
What?
no,
potential
yeah,
victims,
these
man.
people will
My
miss it.
heart,
4 years.
Oh my
If they
gosh.
miss it, for example,
that is crazy.
you know how people clean their bathrooms, and there's that corner of the toilet that you don't touch, that some people don't touch,
Okay, I hear you.
but they'll tell you the bathroom is clean.
Okay, I hear you.
But
for 4 years, every year,
if the people that are
same person,
if the people
different people,
hold on,
oh man,
if the same people that are going to that clinic and they're passing the grade and whatever, and they don't look in that corner, they're the like there's a big issue. There's a bigger issue.
No, obviously
there is a bigger issue going on.
This is crazy.
Man, this is what happens when we come back after 2 weeks.
This is crazy, man.
We didn't even get to the adults. Some people, but that's the thing. Some people don't like. There's a lot of leads and like managers and stuff that they stick this one way, don't realizing how it affects multiple people.
Right, yeah.
They'll have a system and like this system works. We don't have to pay. Just throw them in the dishwasher. Like these people don't think.
That's
yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
But even when they get checked, what would be the way? So okay, even if you say okay, they're trying to reduce time, right? Or there's whatever other means why they weren't staying consistent with the actual cleanliness and the actual need to do these sanitation practices.
Correct, yeah.
Right? It's even if they went in and they said, okay, we're going to do it for one day. Oh, people are coming in to do an inspection and make sure you know your stuff and whatever. You've been not doing it for so long.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
but a lot of people get away with it for so long until the time comes.
Until now, I guess.
And that's people's lives. Like that's the part that's really getting to me more than anything. It's people's lives.
A lot of people don't care about lives, bro. A lot of people don't care anymore about people's lives.
This is giving me COVID activity all over again.
Don't be surprised if you get a letter saying that, hey, you're going to get a letter that you took the shot and maybe you might die from the shot.
Yeah, or had exposure to
something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You weren't forced, but we're just letting you know.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
That's
I don't want to read this brief for a second. Like, top of the article from the Star News. We're not making
because
Zahra Bakash received a letter from Toronto Public Health warning of potential exposure to HIV, hepatitis B, and hepatitis C due to an infection control breach at a Toronto gynecologist's office.
At the end of the day, bro,
that's like
I got pray for y'all, because class action, y'all know what to do. Don't take the 30,000.
It's crazy how it's like
don't take even remember
your life is worth more.
Life Labs allegedly, well, I don't remember. They just had a breach.
Life Labs?
They had a breach
as well?
That was a cyber breach.
But still,
that's still a bad thing, though.
No, it's still bad, but
allegedly,
that left my heart a little.
When they do, let's say you're transferring physicians or doctors, right?
Yeah.
Like the fact they're like, oh, here's this USB. It's secure, but
yeah.
But you're kind of like, yeah, but that's all you have everyone's condition in a server. And then, like you said, if a cyber attack happens, then what?
They say a cyber attack happened. I think it's for the life insurance companies. They probably know your health before you even give them anything.
Ooh, that just went dark.
But that's a realm.
Plot.
That is a realm that I don't want to speak of because
plot on a TV show.
Before they smut my name and then I just end up in a pool or in a boat, and I don't have a boat, guys. So I'm just saying. But anyway, in terms of being an adult, you want to.
But before adulting, but nah, just the outro. It's like I don't. Like
this is really a part of it because now you have to think about your institutions that you go to for your own personal health.
But then you even have to think even more about your choices.
Yes, and now what are you supposed to do? Sit there and backlog and do testimonials and then do your own testing and see if your swabs and stuff like what are we doing? Now I have to go into a clinic and be like, so. How often do you change your sanitation practices?
But sometimes just like if you're in a fast food restaurant, you see how they're chucking your fries and thing. You're probably gonna be like, I don't know if I should eat that. Or sometimes if you go to some restaurants and you know that the employees share the same washroom.
As the public. Yeah.
And then you see the washroom.
I've seen that.
And then you're kind of like, if this washroom dirty so, and you wash your hand to go touch food. Something all right. Shout out to Tash the millionaire. She made me realize to look at the bathroom because the bathroom will sometimes give up how they
operate.
Right.
Okay.
Tells you about the cleanliness.
I don't know if it's not. I don't know if it's everybody, but because there's some terrible bathrooms.
There are.
damn, some people are having a bad time. Like that's a bad time.
It kind of says a lot.
You get a letter and you just read it out and you're like, I have potential. What? I'm not gonna drop this expensive equipment. But imagine like you just drop the letter, like you're reading, you just dropped it.
Yeah,
and you do that fumble.
Yeah,
you're leaning up on the
that's a terrible health bill.
And imagine, even in saying that, like imagine if you did find out that is what you did get. Say you had exposure because you've done the testing within that 4 years, and they said that you may be positive for it, right? And now you get a letter later on, saying, there's a possibility that you were exposed to it.
Oh my
if
goodness.
You already did, and now you know where the root of it was, right? Like,
and it didn't say one. Like for those that are going to read the article, it said this is 3 minimum.
Yeah,
that's
a problem.
I feel like this is the most Canadian version of like those American commercials. Like, if you ever went to this place and tried you may or may not have issues. Call this lawyer, 1-800 William Matar or something like, you know what I mean?
Nah, if it was me, I'll just, you're not retiring nothing. Like your whole, I want your CPP, I want your EI, I want everything. I want your house. Like, you're not, no.
And
you will be in a shelter by the end of this year.
That's the best. That's the best.
The part for me is the fact that the person who was responsible for this and they stepped down.
Brother.
The person who stepped down, I don't think that they should have stepped down. First off, I don't, and I feel like maybe they need to change these things because I think people need to be held accountable. How about that?
Oh, but okay, I see what
looking into the camera.
I didn't know where.
Yeah, because the fact that you're going to step it down and then now it's going to be like, you're excluding yourself from any thing. You can't speak on any of the records. You can't speak on this. You can't speak on that. And you think that that's going to protect you. Excuse you. When you had the responsibility to make sure that everything was going accordingly, you should have done that in the time that you were in office. So now you want to, I don't know, and let me retire all of a sudden when you know well and good that you should have retired how many years ago?
If you could be retired, step down. But it is what it is.
Like, according to the article, they were supposed to re-up on their license and they were on some like...
Yeah.
They were just going rogue a little bit.
No, man.
Which is kind of...
man. And that's a problem in itself. And that's
me. Sometimes when I hear certain people talk about certain things with like studies and stuff like, I don't need to do this. It's just a money thing. And I'm like, I don't know if public health is a money thing.
That is not a money thing.
Like, I hear you. They might pay a lot of, you might have to pay a lot, but bro.
Because health is wealth at the end of the day.
Make sure you're,